keep going, goddammit. What it do? Wow.
Carlo has just vanquished Henson Lugan.
The Truth Aerospace Jr.
There's a big left hand.
Gervonta Davis.
Shout out to the almighty LBBC, the Lions Den boxing community. If you didn't know, now you know. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, KQKC Boxing Network. I'm right here with my co-host, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. How you feel, Knockout?
Oh man, I'm chilling. What's good with you? How you doing, OG? What's up, everybody in the chat, man? It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Dallas, Texas. Ready to talk some boxing, man. We got a lot to talk about, bro.
Man, yes, sir, man. I mean, right now, I'm on the clouds right now. Right now, I'm on cloud 9. No, man, in fact, I'm on cloud 12. That's what it is, because we got a lot of boxing. I mean, if I say this is boxing week, I mean this is boxing week. I'm talking about we getting 3 fights. I'm talking about Tuesday night. Tuesday morning. And we also talking about the late. We talking about Friday. We talking about Saturday. And that's the big fight. All right. And don't forget, we're gonna be right on Knockout Boxing 86 TV that 30th, right after the fight. We're gonna be the first voice and face you hear. All right. So make sure y'all tune in to Knockout Boxing at 9 a.m. We're going to talk about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, baby. All right? So, let's see who all in the building, baby. All right? Yes, sir. All right. We got Daryl Deloach. It's up in here. What's going on, Daryl? How you feel, man? I ain't seen you in a while, but good to see you. Clark Bay TV is in here. Teacher's up in here. The Keggy is up in here. Thrill Hill from Blueberry Hill is up in here. Yes, sir. Keggy, I appreciate that. Accept no substitute. OG is the king. Appreciate that. I said OJ. All right. Starter Kid Duke. What's good with you, Duke? How you feel, man? All right. Robert Singleton, what's going on? Michigan stand up. Yes, sir. All right. Todd Swindle is in the building. What's going on, Todd? How you feel? What's going on? Me, G is up in here. All right, OG and KO. What's good with you? Ratchet _ since 91. What's going on? Chef or RD is up in here. All right, Mike Messick is up in here. Teach is up in here. What's going on, Teach? How you feel? All right, Boss Dog, what's good? King Larry 5 is up in here. What's good, King? All right, Big Block is up in here. What's going on? Judah Ben Israel, he's up in here. What's going on? Raheem Jackson, what's going on, RJ? Yes, sir. Shakir Abella is up in here. The king of the light-skinned brother, Omega Red, is up in here. What's going on?
Man, he ain't the king, man. I'm the king, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
the prince of the light-skinned brothers is up in here.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go.
And sorry, Omega Red, they're my co-host, man. So, somebody was talking shit about you last night, KO. So, KQ had to jump in, All right. And
No, really. Who was it? So I can block their ass. Who was talking shit? Tell me who was.
We don't know. It was a troll. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Emmanuel,
I got trolls now, man. I done made
it. When you get trolls, you have made it, baby.
Yeah,
all right, you have made it. When people are talking about you on other channels, you have made it. All right. Then we had one guy say, man, I just don't like KO. He's just a fanboy of Tank, and he's a fanboy of Earl Spence. I said, well, I'm a fan of Earl Spence. I said, well, I'm a fan of it's another guy, right?
Yeah.
In the Rise Podcast. Shout out to the Rise Podcast. They showed me love last night. All right. Yes, sir. Teach, what's going on with you, baby? Salute to you. Brian King Falcone is up in here. What's going on, Otis the Great? Man, appreciate you, man. I seen you last night and today. All right. Edgar Chavez is up in here. All right. Salute to Edgar Chavez. All right. Who else we got up here? Yes, sir. Edgar Chavez again. Yes, sir. Up in here. All right. Who else we got? And that's about. Oh, we got Queek. The winning team is up in here. What's going on, Queen? How you feel?
So, Queek.
All right. Now, once again, 24 king mentality. You got to win. Said they claim this money, baby. It's burning my pockets. It's burning my pockets. So come on. So, and congratulations to the pay-per-view winner. All right, 24 King mentality. All right. If anybody see him in the chat, wherever, make sure he email KQ for his cash app. All right. So I can send him that money. Okay. All right. And don't forget, we got another one coming up with Jamel Charlo and, of course, Canelo Alvarez. All right. Yes, sir. So what's going on, KO, man?
Oh man, it's so much news to cover. So many. We gotta talk about some boxing from last night. We got some fights to preview for this week. OG gonna be over at 5 a.m. calling fights and shit. It's just so much to talk about. But what I want to start, what I want to start with, man, is this Devin Haney situation. So we all know that Devin Haney was supposed to make a decision on the 21st of July, which was Friday. On whether or not he was going to fight at 135 against Shakur, or whether or not he was going to fight at 140 against Regis Prograis. WBC gave him till Friday. Team Devin Haney and Team Regis Prograis petitioned the WBC together to get an extension to the 27th, which is this Thursday. On the 27th, as to make a deal with Regis Prograis. So, with that being said, in that news. What's your thoughts on that? I believe that, and I'll give mine in a minute, but overall, I believe that that's a great sign that he's gone from 135 pounds. He's definitely going to be fighting at 140. And so what do you think about that? And do you think Devin Haney fighting Regis Prograis, do you think that's the best move that he could have made for his career? What do you think about the WBC and Devin Haney and Regis Prograis and the news that dropped this week, man?
Well, I will say this. Now, you just asked, is that a great move for his career? I don't think so. Now, I would think it was a great move as far as being another champion. Because now, keep in mind, Regis do holds the WBC super. So that would be a good move to go in there and challenge him and, of course, beat him. But once again, you find Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis doesn't really have a big fan base. He doesn't bring a big name to the table, but Regis Prograis can fight. Now, if you don't, I think Devin Haney was looking for the weakest link. The weakest link. Other words, when you have a choice between Shakir and Devin, hell, even Frank, you're gonna pick Regis Prograis. Because we know that he didn't have a not so great performance last time he went out. So they looking at that. They looking at maybe some past fights, but then they look at that Josh Taylor fight. I guarantee you that. But Regis is older. Of course, he hasn't really settled in. He bounced here. He bounced for Bellum. He bounced here and there. He been with Jerry James for a while. But now I think Devin might have bit off more than he can chew, because I think Regis is better than what we saw in his last fight. Now, as far as career-wise, great move. Go ahead and be another champion at a different weight class. Now, that sounds good. That sounds great. All right, for your resume. Oh, he was a two-time champion. Now, that sounds great. But now, it's not a two-time champion off the Tank. It's not a two-time champion off of Shakir. It's just a two-time champion off of Regis Prograis. Now, I will say this. I'm not giving up on that Tank fight, because I believe that they can make this fight happen. But, of course, they're going to have to make it at a catch weight. Now, Tank don't want to go up to 140. And, of course, Devin, now he made up his mind. Might as well say he's not fighting at 135 because he would kill himself. So, therefore, fight at a catch weight. But this is what kills me. Devin Haney made a move and took a bad offer to go over across down under to fight George Kambosos. Okay, he took that gamble and it paid off.
Facts.
But that doesn't mean that everybody supposed to take that gamble. That doesn't mean that. See, you didn't bring a silver medal unto that deal. You didn't bring a two-time champion unto that deal. All right, you was out there pretty much by yourself with nothing to hang on to. You was at the right place at the right time. That's how I look at it. Now, if Lomachenko would have came back, things would have probably played out a little bit of difference. But now he kind of boxed himself in. Now he's going to pretty much just say, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead at 140 and fight Regis Prograis. So it's almost a done deal in my book because it's no way. And this is what I'm talking about with Bill Haney. Yeah, they're gonna stay at 135 all the way to January. Yes, but remember we talked about this knockout. Remember I said, yeah, he can stay there, but long he don't fight. Remember he said, long as he don't fight, and that's what happened.
I remember that.
Right
I
now,
do
is he
remember that
fighting?
shit.
Is he fighting? No. Is he gonna have a
And
fight?
I was like, no. That mean that they standing on business. That mean they gonna fight 2 times this year. So that mean if they stand, that mean they gonna fight Loma, then they gonna fight somebody else. That's what I see.
Now Bill was
Yeah.
right, but it was a cap too. So yeah, hey, KQ gonna stay at 200 pounds, right? But until the end of the year, but being realistic, but man, so he doing what he said he was gonna do. Let him stay at 135. Then January he going up. That don't mean he had to fight nobody, but he's still at 135. But now the hammer came down. The hammer came down. They gave him an extension. Make up your mind, young blood. Make up your mind what you're gonna do, because we don't want you holding up the division. We don't want you to hold on the belt. See, he don't want them to strip him. He don't want him to strip the belt. He'd rather drop the belts and move up. He don't want to get stripped. So therefore, I think Regis Prograis is next in line. So get ready. All right. Yes, sir. Let me get this super chat real fast.
Yeah, do your thing.
All right. Yes, sir. What's up, Mega Red? Yes, sir. I debate KO on who the king really is. And he sent me an email for the debate. I'm gonna say I got options.
Omega Red funny as shit, boy. It's my guy right there, dog.
All right.
Omega Red, you got options, dog.
Yes,
you
sir.
know I'm the king of this shit. I can get you the most views. It'll be the most talked about debate for that week on YouTube, but you got options. You're gonna go take some of this, boy.
He got options.
Sound like somebody I know, man.
He got options, man.
Like somebody I know,
Money
man.
Brown offering him this. KQ gonna offer him this to come on his channel. So he got options.
That boy dumb, man. Look, man, so this is what I think of it, right? So people can't tell me shit that don't make no sense. So anybody that tells me that he's not heavily leaning towards Regis, like there's a reason that him and Regis went to the WBC and petitioned together, bro. He didn't petition for more time to see what's up with Shakur. He petitioned for more time to see if he can get the Regis deal done. So that's the first thing. Like he's obviously leaning heavily towards Regis Prograis over Shakur Stevenson. So there's that part of it. As far as the good move shit, like is it a good move? Is it a bad move? I want to dive into it, right? Because to me, it's a double-edged sword. So it's a good move for your legacy. You know what I mean? You get to go be a 2-division champion. It's a good move for being comfortable, because we all know he looked very uncomfortable at 135 pounds in his last fight. So maybe you'll be more comfortable in the ring. You'll feel more hydrated. You'll feel stronger in the ring. So it's a good move in those regards. In every other way possible, it's a bad move, though. In every other way. Like when you talk about his market value, you talk about the ability to make money, you talk about the ability to continue to maintain the name that you have or make a bigger name for yourself. It's a bad move. This is no disrespect to Regis. I know you've had him on the show, OG, but he's just not a big name. He don't sell. You know what I'm saying? He had trouble selling tickets when he was fighting his hometown last time in New Orleans. And so when you look at it from that perspective, you got to think about the fact that these fighters, bro, you don't want to be put on pay-per-view or have a big fight like that against Loma simply and then go back to fighting somebody like a Regis where you know they're going to put you back on regular TV. They're going to put you back on the app. So you go from getting front-end money and back-end money to now he's in a situation where he just gets front-end money. Or you do a certain live gate number with Lomachenko, then you go backwards and you do a certain live gate number with Regis Prograis. That is going to hurt him. That's going to be bad for his market value. And what you're going to see is now people that really push narratives and content and stuff and come in comment sections riding hard for Devin Haney, they're going to have to work overtime just to keep him buzzing, because these live streams, if you got Devin Haney and Tank Davis in the title, that's going to hit a little different than when you put Devin Haney and Regis Prograis in the title. You know what I mean? When you got Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, maybe it ain't as many people that's going to watch. It ain't as many people that's going to talk about it. So it's going to be working overtime to try to keep his name buzzing the way that it is right now, when the play is, I know he don't want to make 135, but I keep telling Devin Haney fans this, bro. The play should have been, yo, Tank, you fought Mario Barrios at 140. You fought Ryan Garcia at a catch weight. I'm the undisputed champion, and I'm better than both of them. I'll fight you at a catch weight. I'll fight you at 140 pounds. Something to let the fans know that he really wanted what he claimed that he wanted when they were both tied up. That should have been the play to press Tank Davis. Now that Tank Davis has said your name, that's what he should have been doing. But instead, he's going to 140. And quite frankly, bro, we know like what they gonna do if they put it on pay-per-view, what they selling that shit for? $29.99, $39.99. Like, bro, the Lomachenko pay-per-view was $60, bro. And that shit did 150,000. And you're not gonna convince anybody with a brain that Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying, is not a bigger name than Regis, bro. Like, say, like, you could think Regis is better than Loma. You could think he's more dangerous than Loma. You can think it's a tough fight. Think whatever you want about it. I think Devin Haney and Regis Prograis is a very good fight, bro. I think it's a very good fight in the ring as a diehard boxing fan. But in every other way, you're not gonna convince anybody. You're not gonna convince anybody that Loma and Regis is a bigger name than Loma. You know what I mean? And so so with that being said, bro, I feel like it's taking a step backwards. I feel like that's a huge mistake to do something like that when everything is right in front of you. Hell, Devin and Shakur is a bigger fight. Shit, Devin and Loma rematch is a bigger fight. No matter how much we don't want to admit it, all the money is at 135, and then there's no money at 140. Then there's a bunch of money at 147, bro.
Right.
There's no money at 140. Like what? Like, and then when you think about it from a longevity perspective, okay, let's say he fight Regis on the zone. I'm sure Eddie Hearn's gonna want a multiple fight deal. Who else they got over there for him, bro?
Right.
Who else is over there for him? Who you gonna fight? You gonna fight fucking, I don't know, Montana Love, bro? You gonna get in the ring with Richards and Hitchens or something? Like, who else is over there for you? So if you gonna make a deal and you gonna go up to 140 and get a belt, to me, the 140 play would have been Teofimo Lopez, bro.
That's what I think.
That one would go on pay-per-view. That one you could sign a deal with Top Rank. They got a lot of good 140 pounders with pretty good names over there. And to me, if you're going to 140, that could be the play. To me, that's what you should have done. But I ain't mad at the fight. I think Devin Haney and Regis Prograis is a very good fight. I see the brother Jay Grant Jr., of course, bro. I support everything Devin do. I buy all his pay-per-views, bro. I support these guys. So yeah, I'm gonna support it, but people, it's not gonna sell, Jay Grant. That's all I'm saying. So I like it in the ring. And if he's gonna make 135, I believe it should be for Tank Davis, like putting your body through that to get a payday with Shakur. Now, if you're gonna put your body through that, it got to be for a payday with Tank Davis. And if he's gonna fight at 140, I understand going to be a 2-division champion, but there's things that's more than that. That man like making money. He's getting more and more money every time he fight now. I believe Regis Prograis is going to be a step back from Lomachenko. Only time will tell, but I'm not mad at the fight. I expect them to announce it probably next week, because say what y'all want. I know y'all love Devin Haney, but we all know he's very good. Now, I'll leave it at this. He's very good at taking shine away from people when they got big fight weeks coming up. So I would expect them to announce it next week. We all know when, you know, if somebody got a big fight coming up, Devin's going to find a way to make sure he drops some news or say some shit during the fight week to try to build momentum for himself. We all know that that's the play. So if they do get the deal done, I expect Devin and Regis to be announced next week, because that's just what he do. You know, Spence and Crawford fighting next week, Inouye and Fulton fighting next week. He gonna steal a little shine and make sure he announce his fight, so people will talk about Devin Haney, just like he had his media workout during Tank week when Tank was fighting Ryan, and he waited until Tank was about to fight Hector so he could drop some Hector Luis Garcia sparring footage. You know what I mean, and get some buzz there. Yeah, he doing everything right, Jay Grant Jr. Highly successful. He's a highly successful multi-millionaire. But if we talking about his trajectory, bro, Regis ain't it. You know what I mean? Going from Loma to Regis, that's not it to me. But we'll see. Only time will tell. It's a good fight in the ring, though. That's what I think about it, man.
Right. All right. What's up, big dog Willie, the winning team? He said it seems like Shakir knows for sure Devin is moving up. Can the Haney cult just admit that Haney has no intention to stay at 135 to fight Tank or Cure? I mean, yes. I mean, Big Dog Willie. We all knew that anyway. You know, we all knew that. And on the inside, I knew that. All right. You know, inside scoop I got from someone. You know, that was the plan all along. He just can't make the weight. He's going to kill himself. He's going to hurt himself. You know, what's up, Bully Gibson? What's going on, Tom Swindle? Yes, sir. So, I mean, we already knew that. But see, now this is where the problem going to come in at 140. This ain't 135 anymore. And be honest, he ain't fought all the people at 135, the top guys. He ain't went through Frank Martin. He didn't listen. Devin did not come from the mud all the way up. Don't let nobody tell you that. He been at the right place at the right time all along. He had help from the Mayweathers. He had help from this person and that person that the Mayweathers knew. I mean, let's be honest here, okay? And then, of course, when he got with Matchstrom, he got soft touches, soft touch, right? And what I tell you, every time a fighter get a soft touch, and then when they get a real level of competition, what happens? What happens? They look lost. They look lost. So that's now 140. Be my guest, because they're gonna welcome him, and they're gonna welcome him with open arms. Trust me. So that's all I got. Yes, sir.
So let's cover a fight real quick. It's not a whole lot from yesterday, but I do want to talk about that Giovanni Santillan and Eric Bone fight, the fight that was leading up to the main card. Giovanni Santillan ended up getting a nod over Eric Bone. I thought it was a very competitive fight.
Bonet.
Bonet. His name Bonet. Yeah, Bonet. What do you got on the Giovanni Santillan and Eric Bonet fight, man?
Well, first of all, it was a bad call. Bad decision. But Eric Bonet, he hung in there. And Centennial, yes, he was throwing the left in the southpaw stance, and of course he was getting hit with nothing but body shots. Eric Bonet, he was right there with the body shots. He was counter punching all night long. Now, of course, unofficially, they had him winning. Now, Centennial, of course, he was using his right hook. He was trying to counter punch, but he was overthrowing that right hook. Now, of course, Bonet was in the right place at the right time because he was using his angles, and he was just pretty much landing that right at will, right downstairs to the body, right downstairs to the stern, right downstairs to the liver. I mean, he was right there standing right in front of Centennial, and Centennial was trying to throw, but he wasn't throwing in combinations. He was just throwing one punch at a time, and that began to be a problem. But I think Bonet got hurt with one of them punches. He tried to hit him with a check right hook, and I think it caught Bonet on an equilibrium. And I think he kind of rocked him, but he got his composure back. But still in all, I think Eric Bonet fought a good fight and enough to win. And this is the thing about it. This is a bad decision last night with that fight. Now, Santino, yes, great fighter. I mean, undefeated. Eric Bonet, of course, he got a couple losses on his belt, but he fought like a champion last night. He fought like a champion. He stuck to the game plan. He knew what he wanted to do. He fought at mid-range. I mean, and then he fought pretty much on the outside, but mostly on the inside. They was letting their hands go. As the rounds was going on, as the rounds were going to maybe I'll say around 8 or 9, they was really throwing that leather. They were really throwing that leather. And I think when they had them changes, I think Eric Bonet came out on top. Because every time he get hit with one, he always came back with a counter punch. It don't matter how hard he got hit, he came right back and took it and rolled with it and came back with another one. Even if it's up top or down low. He was working that way all night long. So I had Eric Bonet winning that fight. Now, he just got a bad call by a bad judge. But still in all, I think he won that fight. And Centennial, yes, he did a great job. But like I say, it's levels and style-made fights. All that rolled up in one and really hurt Centennial last night. So that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, man. I feel like I find myself waking up this morning like, what was the point of that fight card? Shit, they had everybody. They had it penciled in who was gonna win them goddamn fights anyway.
Yeah,
like two of the 3 fights we about to talk about. Shit, they all had horrible fucking decisions. Like when we'll get to Kambosos and Maxie Hughes in a minute, but shit, this Giovanni Santini, Eric Bonet fight, I don't even know why they even showed up in the ring because they already had the shit scored for Santillan before the goddamn fight even started, bro. Like, I don't even know the point of the fight card last night, bro. And maybe that's why, and maybe that's why maybe that's why Top Rank, you know, in trouble over there at ESPN because they probably tired of these whack ass cards and shit, man. But look, bro, the thing with Santillan and Eric Bonet, Santillan is a physically strong fighter that's coming straight forward, that's trying to outwork you, but his head is always on the line, and he got the same punch cadence. He gonna come in, it's gonna be a damn jab, left hand, right hook, jab, left hand, right hook. Like he just counting from 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And Bonet was able to time it. He countered it. He worked with him. He outlanded him, out jabbed him, landed more power punches, landed more body shots. Hurt him a few times, had him going. But I just don't know what Bonet could have did to win the fight. I don't even know why he came all the way over here from Ecuador, bro. He came all the way from Ecuador for that bullshit. Like, no, I'm not like Santillan lost that fight, bro. And I picked him to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's it's bad for boxing, bro. Like, I don't like watching cards like that. Like, so basically, what you telling me is Santillan must have already got some fight signed against some 147 pounder in the Top Rank stable that you want to see him fight. And Keyshawn and fucking Kambosos probably already fighting Shakur Aloma already signed to fight them. That's why y'all gave him the victory. Like, the shit just looked bad, bro. And Santillan looked like he ain't gonna lie. He undefeated, 31-0. Bro, that's like a Zerto Ramirez undefeated record or Jaime Munguia undefeated record. That boy fight at 147 looking like that. Soon as he fights somebody that's worth something at 147, they're gonna beat his ass. I was very, very unimpressed with what I saw from Giovanni Santillan. So that's really all I got on it, man. Physically strong fighter, basic punches, head on the line, no footwork, trying to come forward like he got all the power in the world and he ain't really got no power. He think just because he physically strong, he hit hard. And obviously he don't hit hard enough, and he very repetitive and very easy to time, and he fight at one speed. And if you got Bonet timing your ass and Bonet out there countering you and shit, man, I ain't trying to watch you fight at the upper level. I already know somebody about to take that. Oh, as soon as he step up, bro. I'm talking about like it ain't even got to be nobody that good at welterweight, bro. I'm talking about like somebody like Cody Crowley or fucking or the guy that Boots just fought, man. You put him in there with Romain V, your man Romain V, beat the shit out that boy, man.
Yeah.
Boy, and like that boy ain't got nothing. But that's all I got on it, man. I ain't got much of nothing else to talk about. No Giovanni Santillan, bro.
Yeah, we having a good year of boxing and everything, and it's kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, right? I mean, everything been going so well. I mean, we've been having boxing every weekend and things like that. But last night card just kind of like, just for a minute, I'm back on that Cloud 12. Not Cloud 9, but Cloud 12. But it just kind of like it rubbed me the wrong way. And we're gonna get into the main event, but still in all, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way with this fight. And I knew they got it wrong. I know they got it wrong. I mean, just by clear, precise punches. I just don't know what they're looking at. I really would like to pick their brains. But still in all, I mean, it is what it is. So
it ain't even just that they got it wrong. I'm talking about like when you look at the scorecard, like one of the judges was like 98-92 Santillan, bro. Do y'all realize that means they gave that man 8 rounds of that fight, bro? 8 rounds?
8 rounds.
Ain't no way in hell, bro. Ain't no way in hell you can watch that. Like which 8, bro? Like I want to ask the judge. I want the judge to come on Knockout Boxing 86 TV so I could just ask him, bro, which 8 rounds, bro? Let's watch the fight together. Like what?
Right.
8 rounds? Horrible, bro. Mm-hmm. Horrible judging, man, and doing that whole card last night, bro. 98-92. Then we'll get to the Kambosos fight. One of them judges scored it for Kambosos 117, 111, bro. That's 9 rounds to 3 for Kambosos, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Where the fuck are y'all getting this shit from, man? God damn.
What's up, Drink?
What's going on, Drink? But let's get to this. So Drink came in here and brought it up, and I do want to talk about something with Fulton in a way. Stephen Fulton's trainer, bro, threatens to pull out of the fight and accuses Monster in a way of cheating for stacking his raps and shit. Did a whole soliloquy during their press conference talking about how Japan is supposed to be held to a high standard. They take pride in their integrity. And he's asking them to not let Monster Inoue stack his wraps and how he wrapped his glove. He talked about, you know, putting the tape on your hand first and then putting the gauze on, then taping on top of that, how it can make like a cast and make them hit harder and all of that. Just kind of went in and accused Monster Inoue of cheating and asking them not to allow him to do that and stack his wraps and shit. What do you think of that, man? What do you think of what Stephen Fulton's trainer had to say about pulling them out the fight if they don't correct it and all of that shit, man? What you got on that?
Yeah, well, you know what? He's right, because listen, when you wrap your hands, first of all, you got to use a certain type of tape. You got to have a certain height of that tape. We all seen that in the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight. You all remember when Shake 'em Up Freddie, when he went behind and stood there while Floyd was getting his hands wrapped, and old Freddie said, "Wait a minute, you can't wrap that high. It's supposed to be 2 inches or less, or something like that." All right, I don't know the exact height, but yeah, no, those are the rules. You know, if Johnson in the way is not trying to follow the rules, then it's something wrong. All right, it's something that he's worried about. So listen, you got to follow the rule. I don't care you in Japan. I don't care you in Kyrgyzstan. Damn it, right? You got to follow the rules if you're gonna be in the governing bodies. All right, all sanction bodies. You know, and that's how it's supposed to be. Now, yes, they need to correct that, or they blew a lot of money, Japan. All right. So, I hope they correct that, because that's just because Steve Fulton's back is already against the wall. His back is already against the wall. So he's gonna have to, you know, really, really, really buckle down, bite down, and do his thing. But now you're going to get some guy that pretty much trying to make his punches harder than what they are, because all you're doing knockout is making a cast. That's all you're doing, making a cast. All you gotta do is put a little spin on it. It's hard, and I don't know what, you know. So I mean, that is illegal, you know, in my book. Now, let's see what they say over there. Of course, I don't know what the system, you know, how they bring in judges from where or wherever. I doubt I see a judge.
They bring in, ain't no American judges or no Japanese judges in the fight.
Okay.
They bringing them from, you know what I'm saying, from other places.
Okay. Well, I'm good with that then. So
that shit don't mean nothing to me though. I ain't gonna lie to you, because they can still use shit. You bring from other places and pay their ass. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just because they ain't from Japan, just because they ain't from America, that don't mean Japan ain't bringing over people and having conversations and talking to them before the fight and shit and making sure they pay them and all that shit. Like, that don't mean nothing to me. That can all be a ploy or whatever. But look, this is what I think. If it's, cause see, you know, it be shit that's different. I mean, that's legal in different places and shit. So is it legal over there in Japan? However he wrap his hands and shit. Like, cause you know how like Jose John Riel Casimiro, he got stripped and pulled out of a fight for like a sauna suit over in the UK or wherever he was fighting, and they stripped him of his title and shit. But over here, people can use sauna suits and shit. Right. You know what I mean? Like so it's different rules at different places. So for me, if it's Fulton and them and they raising the issue, but they allow it over there in Japan, and I'm doing that on my shit too. And I will wait. I would have maybe did a little bit more research and then maybe bring it up while he's rapping. Cause to keep it 100 with y'all, to do that shit at the press conference, it just make it look like they in your head and shit, man. It make it look like you worried about them and all that shit. And then the part about where he said he'll pull Stephen Fulton out. Stephen Fulton was surprised. If you go watch the tape, Stephen Fulton looked at him like, "What? Pull me out? The hell you talking about?" So to look like y'all ain't on the same page that close to a fight, that does raise my eyebrows a little bit. But I would just say, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, bro. If they allow that shit over there and it can somehow make you have more crack, then shit, I'm telling my trainer, wrap my shit like that too. Wrap my shit like that too, because I'm like, shit, whatever, however he doing shit, if it's working for him, do that shit for me, because I'm trying to step on something too. I'm not finna be all integrity and have a high sense of integrity and shit and rap my shit the normal way and try to be all honorable and shit, and he doing some shit to make his shit a cash, make him hit hard or whatever the complaint is, man, hey, do my shit like that too. Give me that too. We both going in this bitch with some cash if it's legal here. So it is what it is, bro. I would have rather you take that approach, or if your trainer's gonna do that, I need it to look like y'all on the same page. I was riding with him, and I feel what everybody's saying about him bringing it up or whatever. But when you look at Cool Boy's reaction to him, Cool Boy didn't know he was gonna bring it up. And when you hear him say that he gonna pull Cool Boy out the fight if they don't fix it, Cool Boy looked at him like, boy, you ain't fucking my 100 million yen, bro. You ain't fucking my money. He looked at him like, bro, what the hell? So it is what it is, bro. I hate that fight is getting this type of publicity, because you look at the fight, all people talking about right now is Monster Anyway on steroids, and they talking about what Stephen Fortune trainer did yesterday. And it's a great fucking fight, bro. It's a fight that I want to talk about in the ring, or the implications of what happens if you know what I'm saying, does the winner become number one pound for pound and shit. Like, that's the type of shit I want to be talking about, not shit like this, but different strokes for different folks. I hope that they get the situation rectified. I hope that they are able to come to a conclusion. But the thing I tell Stephen Fulton, bro, and his trainer, if they don't fix the shit and they allow him to do it, then you fucking do it too.
Right? Yeah.
You don't want to look back and be like, damn, I caught him with a straight right. And if my shit was taped like him, I probably would have stopped his ass. Like, you don't want to look back and do that shit, boy. You better do that shit too. If they let him do it, if they let him do it and you rap your shit normal, nigga, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yep. I sure will.
Got me messed up out here, man. But let's move on, man. Let's talk about old Keyshawn, man. Mr. Now 9-0, man. Keyshawn Davis, Francisco Patera. What you think of that fight, man?
Well, at first when Patera came out there, round one, I thought he was fighting scared. Okay, it seemed like he didn't want to step in. You see that the puncher was too far away. He was reaching, and of course, Keyshawn, he was pretty much waiting and buying his time, and which he didn't put on a rush. But Petra, what you saying, Petra? I call him Petra, but
Patera. It's Patera. But shit, call him Francisco, call him Petro. Shit, I don't care.
Patera, listen, he was trying his best, and he had a reach, but he just couldn't land that reach. Why? Because Keyshawn was moving to the left, moving from the right, and I think he did too much movement. It was really unnecessary. Now, first of all, let me say this. Keyshawn's going to have to stop all that damn showboating. He's going to have to stop showboating, and because, listen, I'm not saying showboating in the last round. I'm not saying showboating in the championship round when you know you got this fight won. No, you don't know what material Petro is bringing to the table. You don't know what he's bringing. He might maybe you're only good at your last fight. So maybe he changed a few things in the last fight. He has a longer reach, and maybe his output would have been better. Maybe his stamina would have been better. You never know. And see, this is why you still fighting 10 rounds. Now you stepped up to 10 rounds, but at first 8 rounders. Now, you need to get serious. You need to get real serious. That's why I always say, Bomac is not a good trainer. He just got a good fighter. That's all. It's a difference. It's a damn good difference. Now, but back to the fight. Now, Keyshawn, yes, he was doing what he needed to do. He did too much waiting, though. He did too much posturing. He didn't let his hands go like he should have. Now, he wasn't punching in combinations either. Now, of course, he'd go downstairs, then he'd come back with the right hand. That's it. That's it for the sequence. Then he'd drop in the left hand. Now, I know some people think that you can throw a jab from the knee and that's fast. All right? Well, no, that's not fast to me. The jab should be thrown straight up from there. That's what I believe. But still in all, Petra, he was trying to find a way to get into the body. And that's what happened with Keyshawn. He wasn't protecting his body. Now, his defense gotten better. His defense got a lot better. Now, I don't know who been working with him on that, but he been doing real good with his defense. But that fight, someone needed to take control of that fight. And neither one of the guys was taking control of the fight. Now, Keyshawn, yes, he started scoring, going down the body, and then he would pretty much towards the end of the round, trying to steal the rounds. He would pretty much step on the gas, pretty much be more aggressive. But we need that the whole round, not just the last 20 seconds. We need all 3 minutes of that round. And he wasn't doing that. But overall, I say that, listen, Keyshawn Davis need to step it up because he's going to run into a Frank Martin. He's going to run into someone else at 135. So he's going to have to sharpen his tools. Now, Knockout, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Bo Mackins, Terrence Crawford trainer. And you know that whole camp over there, Bernie the Boxer, all them. Okay, well, they jokesters. It seems like it's a bad aura over there some type of way. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just my assessment. Now, do you think that a silver medalist like Keyshawn Davis would serve his career better if he stepped away from Bo McIntyre? I think that none against Bo Mac as far as the training and everything like that. All jokes aside, I don't think he has that ring IQ of a trainer. I just don't think he has it. I don't think he can teach Keyshawn a great defense or offense. Now, of course, we know Terrence Crawford is a great fighter, but when you get close to your fighter, that certain respect is not there. And we know that Terrence Crawford is a good fighter. Why? Because who he is. But Bo Mac didn't make him that great fighter. Bo Mac knew Terrence Crawford mama and daddy before Terrence Crawford was even born. So it's just too much friendliness there. That's why Earl Spence said, listen, me and Derrick James, listen, I respect him. He's honest. He'll tell me I'm doing something wrong, I'm doing something right. But Bo Mac is like a fan. He's like a fan / trainer, and I don't think that's good for Keyshawn Davis. I don't.
Yeah. I think that for right now, we won't know because of the people that Keyshawn Davis is fighting. But one thing I do notice is his work rate is not what it needs to be. And if you notice about Terrence Crawford is a sharpshooter. He don't throw a lot of punches, but Keyshawn Davis can't finish like him. You know what I mean? So it's like so that is one thing. The poise, the joking. It's one thing to have a camp like that with somebody as experienced as Terrence Crawford, who's accomplished the things that he's accomplished. He can be a little bit more loose. He can joke a little bit more because he's proven at 35, going on 36 years old now, that he knows how to lock in when he needs to lock in. Keyshawn Davis is still a young fighter. He's still very impressionable. So all that joking around, you can see it's rubbing off on him too, because you in round 4, round 5, and keeping it 100, bro. You ain't really turn up on dude like that till like round 8, 9, and 10. So you already joking, playing around and shit. And
right.
Bro, so I do see what you're saying, and then just me, bro. I'm not really high on Bo Mac. I've seen him in the biggest moments. If we just keeping it 100. I seen him in the biggest moments with Jamel Herring fighting, not Jamel Herring, fucking Maurice Hooker fighting Blair Cobbs. I seen what happened, bro. I seen that Terrence Crawford took over for him. You know what I mean? And didn't show no respect and was the one giving Maurice Hooker the instructions. I seen in Jamel Herring's moment against Shakur Stevenson that Bo Mac didn't have no answers for Jamel Herring to even at least make him win a round or be competitive. Like, so I see him when he gets these guys that are not named Terrence Crawford. I see what happens, bro. Those fighters freeze up. He frees up, and they don't perform well in their biggest moments. Terrence Crawford has his biggest moment coming up this week, and I anticipate that Bo Mac is probably going to freeze up again. So that's going to prove my point even more. So just stay tuned for July 30th. Just so you know. Just so you know. So for me, bro, I see what you're saying. But what's going to put the icing on the cake, what's going to really drive that shit home, is when I drink more water and all these Terrence Crawford fans, bro, when they come back to our show on July 30th, after Earl do what he do to him, and you hear what Bo-Mac is telling Bud, then you're gonna really understand why I think Keyshawn Davis might need to start looking for somebody else, because Bo-Mac just don't step up in big moments to me. Now go prove me wrong on July 29th, and we'll see. As far as this fight right here, everything you said was correct. I think that Keyshawn Davis showed poise. He always shows poise in the ring. I think that he's a very talented young man, but I would have liked for him. There's no reason, and there was somebody like Patera who, as you said, was trying hard, was doing his thing, was really showing effort. You can't get me to believe that the effort that Keyshawn put forth when he started letting his hands go, he started timing them, he started walking to him and countering them while being defensive at the same time, started doing that shit real good towards the back half of the fight. To me, there's no reason he couldn't start doing that shit earlier in the fight. If he starts doing that shit early in the fight, he maybe could have got that dude up out of there by beating him up so bad that he couldn't continue. But he waited a little bit too much for me. So I thought it was a good performance. One thing I do want to talk about though with Keyshawn, bro, and I see why Jay Grant Jr., I think Bullet Gibson have said this, and I see why King Judah, the homie King Judah, has said this to me. I think I figured out why ain't nobody gonna be undisputed when Devin Haney dropped them belts, because these dudes ain't gonna fight each other, bro. Why? Somebody explain to me, Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson fighting the same goddamn weight class. They both probably gonna get shot at titles next year when Devin Haney vacate them belts. OG, why are they so friendly, bro? They refuse to fight each other. They act like they brothers for real, and they fight in the same goddamn weight class, and they are gonna be champions probably at the same time, bro. As long as Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn, this is why you gotta kind of halfway hope as a fucking boxing fan that Keyshawn ain't as good as you think he is. Because if Keyshawn become champion and Shakur become champion, that's gonna be an in-house unification fight that we'll never fucking get, bro. Right. We'll never get that fight. Like, what do you think of the friendliness of these fighters where they just like they should be rivals, bro? They should be like, hey, we friends, but let's get this goddamn money. They are literally openly saying we brothers and we'll never fight. What do you think of that, bro? What do you think of that shit?
I think it's asinine, because see, listen, you're not brothers, you're not cousins, you're not even have the same bloodline nowhere. Yeah, it's okay to have your homie. Matter of fact, you didn't even know each other's in the amateurs. Just be correct. If you did, it's in passing, but y'all not tight like that. Y'all didn't come from the mud and sleepovers and things like that. It's not that type of party. But if it was, so what? Yes, you need to make that money. Both of y'all can make that money together. Let's do this. But right now, listen, don't talk to me, dude, till after the fight, because right now, I don't give a shit about you right now. Talk that ish. Let them know.
Listen, one of them gonna be the WBC champion, the other one gonna be the WBO champion. They just gonna be right there, just not fighting each other, bro. Defending their belts and shit, all under the same banner and shit. Boy, that's gonna be some crazy shit, man.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I hope, which and this is I'm reaching on this one, y'all. I'm reaching on this one, but I hope that the sanction bodies will see, hey, look, and mandate them to fight each other. But I'm just asking for a little bit too much, I think.
Yeah, but, Hey, Omega Red, I hear you, but at least they in different weight classes, bro. These boys about to be in the same weight class for the rest of their career, bro.
Yes,
they gonna be in the same weight class for the rest of their career, bro.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me that they refusing to fight each other? Nah, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. So that's the difference between me. Like, I can separate the shit. Like the Devin Shakur situation, I call it like I see it. Devin Tank, call it like I see it. Devin Regis, call it like I see it. But I ain't no too big of fans of all these dudes to look at y'all and tell y'all that I'm rocking with what Shakur and Keyshawn doing with each other, bro. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. I tell y'all right now, bro. If somebody told me, look, KO, you can get 20,000 views. You can get $300 worth of super chats in a live stream. All you gotta do is you and KQKC got to debate. Man, I'm debating the shit out of him, bro. I'm debating the shit out of him. We gonna get this money and we gonna keep it moving, bro. You gonna think I don't know him, bro. You gonna think I don't know KQKC, bro. Y'all be like, oh, I thought y'all was home. Oh, we homies. We gonna be homies. I'm gonna call him as soon as we get done with this show. But right now doing this show, I'm trying to whoop his ass, bro. I don't get that shit, bro. I don't get these younger dudes. Like, get your money together and then go to dinner or something, bro.
That's
go
right.
to dinner. Go have a bottle of wine or whatever it is y'all do, bro. Go do that shit. But
And
get that money, bro.
I invite Miss Knockout because she just woke up. She got the crust out of her eyes.
Yes, she did. Hey, baby, what's up? What's good, baby? Lou, Miss KO in the building, waking up, saying what's up, what's up, baby? Yeah, man.
Ain't that right, man? When it come down to that, man, Knockout be going at it.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. What?
Man.
Hey, KQ, you get $300 in super chats, and you get the most views you ever did. You just got to debate Knockout for an hour. Boy, I'll debate the shit out. I debate the shit out of KQKC for that shit. Bro. Like, come on, man.
Yes, I would, man. Shout out to Young World in the super chat, baby. Salute Garcon, KO, and the chat. Let's do this. Baby.
What's up, Young World? Hope you enjoying Across the Ocean, man. Young World just be traveling the world. That's why his name Young World. He travel the world playing that music, man.
Man. Oh yeah, you know, he very talented young man. He played for Johnny Gill, Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston. Matter of fact, Whitney Houston gave him that name, Young World. You know, so man, okay, so he won't be here for the big fight, but don't worry, Young World. I got you, baby. I got you. Play by play, blow by blow, baby. Yes, sir. He's on his way to Vietnam. All right. Yes, sir.
Are you going to Vietnam? Damn, bro. Get you some pho while you're there, man. That Vietnamese food be good, boy. That soup, that shit be fire. Look, let me ask you this, man.
Yes, sir.
Before we get, matter of fact, we can do Kambosos first. Let's talk about Kambosos, Maxi Hughes, and I'll bring up the next topic in a minute. So, George Kambosos, Maxi Hughes. I said it in your chat. I stand by. I mean it. I've had my channel for a little over 2 years now, and this is probably the worst decision I've seen on my channel since I've started my channel. That decision was horrible. I'm literally looking. I rewatched the fight to make sure I wasn't tripping, bro. I think I gave Kambosos maybe like a round, bro. He maybe won a round or two of that fight. I feel bad for Maxi Hughes this morning, man. What did you think of that fight? The judge's decision, and is there any way for us to fix this shit, bro? In boxing, like it's horrible, man. What you got on that fight, man?
Man, you know, and I see when you came in the chat last night, you was talking about it, you know, and but you know, to me, you know, it's kind of like Mikael Fox when he was in the Armory with the WBA and how they really robbed him. I mean, that was really like, man, that was all over the internet. But this robbery, it was silent and deadly. And I think it outdid that robbery, you know, and this was just clear cut. I mean, their own people had Maxi Hughes winning that fight. Their own people did. Unofficially, they had Mark, I forgot his last name, but he unofficially won. Mark Greco, whatever.
Kriegel, you talking about Mark Kriegel?
Mark Kriegel, yeah, 117 to 111. You know, so that was his score, and he was pitching a shutout on Maxi Hughes. Now, of course, I know what I seen. I know what I called, and Kambosos. First of all, if you saw the fight, Kambosos was in a conventional stance,
yeah,
and of course, Maxi Hughes in a southpaw stance, but his body language and where he was torqued his body. He was standing in the wrong position. So when he get ready to throw the right hand, he had to almost spin all the way around to throw the right hand. And by that time, Maxi get one punch in and got out of there. You know, so it was single punches, but there were punches that was hitting flush. And then the jab was bouncing off the head of Kambosos. Now, Kambosos was aggressive, but it was out of control aggression. And this is the problem. I don't know what they were scoring. I didn't see the scoring. I don't know what I saw, you know, but it wasn't scoring. I saw a headbutt. That's all I seen. And I seen a lot of misses by Kambosos. Now, he did have a good one round. Now, I might give him one round. And that was because he was landing that right hand. Hughes ran into the right hand. And they clashed and ran into the right hand.
Yeah, I remember the round. It was round 7. He turned. Kambosos did real good in round 7. That's about it, bro.
Right.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Round 7. That's it. Shit. That's the
That's
only
it.
time he did good, bro.
So I got to thinking after I got off the live, I said, well, now, first of all, that was the IBO. All right. Now, we all know that the IBO, I call it a computerized belt. It's just basically computerized and, this and that. It wasn't really, it's not like the WBC or the IBF, not like that. But matter of fact, they don't even really count when you're talking about the full belt era, really, but still in all. But Kambosos did not win at all. Now, matter of fact, people in the chat was asking me, well, KQ, you think this is the last and the end of George Kambosos? I said, well, yeah, almost. Maybe another 1 or 2 fights removed, and he might just sail off into the wind. Because, I could not see where he even dominated more than 1 round. I mean, I went back this morning, knockout, just to see that I missed something. But I didn't miss anything, I'm wanting just to see if I missed something. But I don't know. I didn't miss nothing. All I missed was them bullshitting him. That's what happened. And this not fair. This is not fair to you. It's not fair to the fighter. It's not fair to the fans that came there. Because, you got to be honest. We need some more honest judges. But what I tell you this, it's too many judges just getting too relaxed. They've been in that position too long. Just like the post office, right? You got old people working at the post office, been there 40-some years. Take your ass and retire. Go home and retire and let somebody else come in and get that job. But they don't want to let it go. But now they getting comfortable and they feel they can do whatever they want to the young fighters. And these young fighters, man, don't you know that these decisions, they mess up their career. They put them in a position where they have to go all the way back from the drawing board and start right back up. Now, it's a shame. It's a shame that on national TV, you're going to give him that score. Now, if I ask one of them judges, please justify your score. All right, come on, sit your ass down. Let's go round by round. And you tell me where did he win? And I guarantee you, he cannot tell me.
Bro, you can predict a fight knowing that a fighter ain't as good, but knowing that if the shit hit the fan, they gonna probably give it to him, bro. That's what I was able to do with Kambosos. So you can literally be like, man, I know he probably ain't gonna win, but he clearly the A side. So yeah, I'm gonna pick him. Like, this shit crazy. Go ahead and catch a super chat,
man. Yeah, what's up, Big Dog Willie? In the winning team, baby. Yes, sir. That was a pro wrestling match. Kambosos should just hit dude over the head with a chair. His dad give Kambosos and foreign object to dude in his nuts. Okay,
yeah,
big
man. Look, man. So for me to fight with Maxie Hughes lateral movement, his straight left hand, he walking Kambosos in the shots. Kambosos looked slow. He was overreaching. He was trying to do that same switching bullshit that did not work against fucking Devin Haney. He just looked bad in the fight. And Maxie Hughes, in my opinion, clearly outboxed him and clearly should have got that victory. And so the ramifications of Kambosos getting the robbery, bro, like I just hate it for Maxie Hughes, because like Maxie Hughes, bro, like I ain't no Maxie Hughes fan. I don't think he gonna ever be a champion at 135 pounds. But these fighters, bro, when they go in there and they get upsets or they go in there and they get the W and shit, man, they deserve it, bro. And to take shit from them like that, man, that shit just horrible. Now, the ramifications of it and what people don't want to talk about, what they'll stay away from, but I'm not gonna stay away from it, KQ. This shit's starting to look like, and I know Bullet Gibson and Jay Grant, they gonna hate this shit, but it just is what it is. But I think we're gonna look up in about 4-5 years, and we're gonna look back, and the same way we look up and we look back and be like, man, Julius Ndongo, that's who you got undisputed against, Julius Ndongo. He garbage, bro. Like, I think we all gonna look back. Give Kambosos a few more fights. Let him fight a few more people. We gonna look back and we gonna be like, George Kambosos, bro. That's who you got, motherfucking like, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. The boy trash out there, and I told people he is closer to the guy that got a split decision against Lee Selby. He's closer to the guy that got a split decision against Mickey Bay. He's closer to that guy than he is to the guy that beat fucking Teofimo Lopez, and all I kept hearing was, "It was the man who beat the man who beat the man. He's the man."
Yeah.
That's what I kept hearing. I'm like, bro, that's cool, but homie ain't that good. And then but what they gonna tell me is what King Vonnie just told me. I'm gonna hear shit like, well, he that trash because Devin washed him up. Devin put hands on him, and so that's why he fell off a cliff. Nah, bro, it's looking like that boy was never that good. It's looking like he the same dude that was getting split decisions against Mickey Bay and Lee Selby, who was well past his motherfucking prime. And I'm telling you, just let Kambosos get in the ring with Keyshawn Davis. Let him get in the ring with fucking Shakur Stevenson. Let him get in the ring with those guys, and you gonna see, like, God damn, boy, he getting hands put on him badly, bro. So he just look bad, bro. He just look bad, and he gonna go from former unified. Oh, and that's another thing, bro. They kept calling Kambosos undisputed on the broadcast.
Oh yeah.
That man was not fucking undisputed, bro. Like, stop it, dog.
Right.
They I can't stand when they just get up there and lie. But he looked trash, bro. His shit was off balance. It was all wrong. And Maxie Hughes should have had his hand raised last night, man. He did his motherfucking thing. But don't worry, George Kambosos' number is coming, bro. He gonna get in there with Keyshawn. He gonna get in there with somebody trash. I mean, somebody good, and they gonna do him even worse. So you know, it is what it is on that, bro. I just hate that George Kambosos is moving on to fight better competition because he gonna get beat up, bro. I don't know who he can beat at the top of the division right now. I don't know what top prospects, any top 5 to 10 contenders. I think they all put hands on that boy based on what I saw last night, bro.
Yes,
it's gonna be bad. But that's all I got on that fight, man. You got anything else on it?
Yes, I mean, I'm gonna go as far as saying, look at Abdullah Mason. I mean, everybody high on this guy. I mean, I saw a special on him last night. Young lady did. I forgot her name. She's with ESPN Sports, and she did a special on the coming of the prospects of Top Rank, and then Abdullah Mason. Man, I mean, just think about his reach. Think about his height. Think about how he can keep George Kambosos at bay. That's what he's gonna do. And now somebody, because George Kambosos, yes, he's very aggressive. He's very aggressive, but he can't bust a grape. And he is off balance all the time. So when he step around, what's up, Bruce Gas? Then when he step around or try to step around, then guys like Abdullah Mace, whatever, and they're gonna use their youth, athleticism, and because George Kambosos just don't have no rhythm in his feet. He just, he just flat-footed type of fighter, and he kept missing and falling all over himself and tripping all over his feet. So yes, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before somebody even lay him out on the canvas or beat him down badly. So that's what I see. So.
Hey, I just want to let Terrence Crawford know that you spelled your own name wrong.
Yeah, he was in my chat all night last night.
You spelled your own name wrong, bro. You spelled your own name wrong. Come here trying to troll. How you gonna spell your own name wrong, bro? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's how you know that ain't the real Terrence Crawford, bro. Man, like you spelled your name wrong, bro. Come on.
He was in my chat all night.
Hey, man, look. So Shakur Stevenson had a back and forth with George Kambosos, and I heard something very interesting. George Kambosos said, "Look, man," or his daddy said, "Look, man, you should just take the 25% and beat Devin. And if he's so easy, you should beat him or whatever." And Shakur said, "I'll beat you though. I'll beat your ass or whatever." What you think of what you think of the little exchange between Shakur Stevenson and George Kambosos? And Shakur also did an interview. I want to say this too. He also did an interview. They asked him about Devin Haney. I believe it was on Fight Hype, and he said he felt like Devin Haney wasn't scared, but he felt like Devin Haney don't want to fight him because he feels like Devin Haney is not at 100% at 135 pounds. Devin Haney knows he's the truth, and that's why Devin Haney didn't send him a real offer. He don't consider the 25% a real offer. What do you think of that? And what George Kambosos' daddy told him, "Hey man, you should just take the 25% and beat Devin up if that's what you can do." So what do you think of that, man? What do you think of Shakur Stevenson, kind of the interviews and kind of him and Kambosos going back and forth after the fight? What's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, see, when Devin and Kambosos fought twice on that day, that time. They developed a rapport. They developed a relationship after the second fight, and I believe they've been talking back and forth. And when he touched down here in the states, I guess they pretty much, got on the horn and talked and everything like that. Bill and Kambosos' father, they pretty much, let bygones be bygones. But on the same note, Shakir Stevenson, he believes that he is man. He's the man. He believes he's very confident in himself. He's very confident that Jay Prince is the right manager for him. That he believes that Jay Prince knows what he's doing. He believes that, hey, look, you got to check in with Jay Prince when you come to Houston. He believes in all that, right? He believes that he is that guy. He's building on something. He's building his career up. And he building with a manager, a financial advisor, things like that. But when Devin Haney, he called it disrespect, but when he sent him a low ball offer, that means that, hey, listen, I don't think he's scared. I just think he don't want to fight. And I believe that was just a BS offer because he knew that, hey, I was going to say no. I ain't taking that. But still in all, that's Shakir Stevenson. Now, some people say he's a clout chaser. Now, first of all, when has Shakir Stevenson ever been, first of all, a bad fighter? Everybody call him Shakun and all that stuff. Look, y'all stop saying that shit. Do y'all really understand what that word means?
Nah, the people that say that they don't, because if they did, they wouldn't
Right.
call him that, bro.
Exactly.
A coon is. I need y'all to understand, bro. A coon is a person doing slave times and shit. If a slave was trying to escape, the coon is the person that would go tell the master that they trying to escape and shit, bro. So to call a young black man who ain't getting into no trouble, who's just boxing and shit, to call him a coon because he won't do what you want him to do with your favorite fighter and shit. That shit,
right.
Bro, that shit is so whack and so lame to do shit like that, bro. I just, it is what it is, bro. Like the Shakap shit, that's funny. You know what I mean? Because you think he ducking, you don't like what he doing with Devin. Like Shakap, all right, bro, that's a joke or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When you start doing racial shit and all that shit in there, bro, like, come on, dog. That shit, that don't make no sense, bro.
I don't like it, and I understand where they're coming from. I don't understand, but I see where they're coming from because he's half Puerto Rican, and he wanted to get in touch with his Puerto Rican side. Nothing wrong with that. That don't make him a coon or whatever y'all, a shakun, whatever. That don't make him that. All right.
I don't even want to cut you off again, OG. But it's like on one hand, people like, oh man, these young boys, they need their daddies and shit. They need this, they need that. Then a young man like Shakur trying to represent his daddy's heritage and say, hey man, I'm half this. Then he gets shitted on for trying to get in, trying to touch with the side of his people that his daddy came from and shit. I don't know, bro. That shit just whatever, bro. Y'all got it. Do what y'all do, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, of course,
because Devin Haney is praised for being close to his father. He's praised for how good of a father that he has, which Bill Haney is a great fucking father, and he's done a great job with his son. And Devin is praised for that, for being a nice young man and being raised correctly and shit like that. But Shakur, I guess because his dad is Puerto Rican and not black, Shakur is like, yo, my daddy is Puerto Rican. I'm half Puerto Rican, and he riding for that shit. Then he's saying, yeah, I'm just as much Puerto Rican as I am black. And now all of a sudden, he ain't representing his black no more. Now he a coon and shit. I just, bro, I can't keep up. I can't keep up, bro. I don't know where to go. I can't keep up with this side or that side. I just, if you think he ducked Devin, bro, and that's how you coming with it, and he should cap because you think he capping or whatever, bro. Rock out, bro. Rock out, do your thing, bro. Like I ain't got no fucking problem with that. But to say, to know, and again, maybe people just don't know, so I'm gonna say it again, bro. A coon is a person. If the coon saw Harriet Tubman trying to get away, the coon going to master to be like, hey, she trying to get away. Go get her ass so I can get some extra apple pies, so I can sleep in the house, so I can do this shit. That's what coons did, bro. And so when you look at that shit and you call this young man a coon for what? Because he didn't take an offer that you wanted him to take? Or you call him a coon because what? he's saying that his daddy Puerto Rican and he just as much Puerto Rican as he is black. Like, bro, all right, dog, do that shit. I mean, everybody, hey, whatever, whack to me, and I made it
Right.
very clear, lame to me, but hey, whatever.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I can't tell what people to say on their channels or they grown men. I'm stopping trying to explain stuff to grown men, but still in all, now, of course, Shakur, he does have a certain air about himself. Yes, he was a silver medalist. Yes, he did lose the gold, but now he's in the pros, and sometimes, yes, he can fight, no doubt about it. Now, I will say him and Devin on the same level as that they really doesn't have that power yet. They don't have that knockout one hitter quitter power. No, it's not there yet. But Shaquille Stevenson, he still is a great fighter. He still is a great fighter, and he can fight on the inside and the outside. Now, I have seen Devin fight on the outside, but I haven't seen him fight on the inside. Not as much as Shakur Stevenson. Now, should that be a fight made? Yes. But would it happen? No. I think it's going to happen at 140 on one Shakur, because Shakur, remember, he's a growing young man, too. And so he will be up there very shortly, trust me, because he's not going to be able to make that weight pretty soon, because he's a big guy. Everybody's going to be moving up except Tank and none other than Frank Martin. They are meant to be in a short stature. Like I told you all before, Lomachenko grandkids is going to be bigger than him because he's always going to be short in stature. You just
Yeah,
going to make it like that. That's all. But anyway, Devin, yes, he's undisputed. Now he does have choices. Now, of course, people are saying, "Well, why take this in the contract? Why take this in the contract?" Well, it worked both ways. Okay, it worked both ways. Okay, Devin can send one too. Now, allegedly, he's supposed to have sent one. Well, that's not true. Okay, that's not true. He did not send another contract. And another thing, Tank is not fighting on Chris Colbert. Okay.
Oh yeah, stop that shit, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
stop that shit.
Please. All right.
You ain't gonna get me to believe until he said or somebody reputable said. You ain't gonna get me to believe that he fighting somebody who got their ass whooped and got hands put on him by somebody that he knocked blind, bro. Now just think about it. Like he just did 1.2 or 1.4, whatever the pay-per-views were. He did $100 million in revenue in pay-per-views and 23 millions at the gate. You ain't gonna risk having all that shit drop and go all the way backwards by fighting somebody who got their ass whooped by somebody that you already beat, bro. Nobody's doing it. Like Al Heyman ain't stupid, bro.
Exactly. He's
So
not
that's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. Okay, but that's all I got on
Oh, let me. So all right, cool. So let me move on. Let me move on and ask you this. So, Bomac is he's flipping on me. He's 1 minute he say he don't know how the fight gonna go because the PBC gonna rob him and they need to take the fight out of the PBC hands and the judges' hands. That's how he coming. But then he said something that I liked because it's the same energy he had before they signed the fight. He said, "Hey, Errol Spence, the media made him. The media made Errol Spence. The media has made Errol Spence. He ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't all that. The media made him up." So my question is, OG, do you agree with that? Do you think Errol Spence is media made? And then number two, if the media made Errol Spence, who made Terrence Crawford?
Right. No. First of all, the media didn't make Errol Spence. His fans made Errol Spence. Errol Spence made Errol Spence. See, Errol Spence has been chosen to be that champion since the Olympics. I always tell everyone this. They always ask the Olympic in that year, the Olympic team, they didn't medal, but they did ask, out of all you guys, the male fighters, because the ladies did medal, who in all this group would be a champion? Everybody said Errol Spence Jr. And it came true. Now, of course, Earl Spence, he made his own self by winning. And once you win and win and win, then of course the media is going to pick up on that. They're going to keep picking up on that. When you do things spectacular, they're going to pick up on that. When you break a rib or an eye socket, they're going to pick up on that. So Earl Spence made Earl Spence. The media just came along for the ride. That's all. Now, there's nothing hyped about Earl Spence. Everything he said he was going to do, it came to fruition. It came to fruition. I'm going to go over here on the other side of the street and take care. That's the easy route. So he took the easy route. And matter of fact, everybody that Earl Spence fought, had a problem with their eye, some type of way. Now, Lamont Peterson was saved by his coach. All right. Danny Garcia is a tough, durable guy. And I still think he has some issues. He moved up 154. Now, but Terrence Crawford, now, his friends, his loved ones made Terrence Crawford. They made him better than what he pretty much could think he is. They are pretty much put him on this pedestal. And also, I have to say this, and no offense against the older fighters and the Hall of Famers, but y'all lost y'all damn minds. Okay, all y'all Hall of Famers, I don't know, y'all punch drunk or just I don't know, but they made Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has the big head. All right, okay, yeah. See what you call on pound for pound. I got an ESPY award. See, Terrence Crawford made himself who he is by being the arrogant Terrence Crawford, by not doing interviews, by not getting himself out there and making himself available for the people. All right, that was coming from none other than Bob Arum. He lost a lot of money, according to Bob Arum. So it's a difference. It's a big difference. And same way right now with this fight coming Saturday, Earl Spence is still being honest. He said, I understand I'm the underdog. I get it. People looking at the accident. People looking at the eye injury. Okay, I'd be the underdog too if I had all that. But of course, people, they say he's lost a step. All right. He didn't look good. All right. But I'm gonna tell you, he looks sharp. He looks sharp and he looks in shape. He's not blown up with muscles and all that. He looking right and fighting shape right now. But still in all, Bomac. Now, Bomac is trying to change that tune one way or another. Now, he pretty much is piggybacking off of none other than Tim Bradley. Okay, Tim Bradley trying to put that narrative out there. Okay, well, this is PBC thing. This is if you go the distance, they're gonna give it to Earl Spence because he's the popular fighter. Oh yeah. He threw a lot of punches. Yeah. He's doing what he's supposed to do. So when you do what you're supposed to do, that's called what? Winning. He's winning. Now, I don't want to give y'all a long speech or anything like that, but I'm just telling y'all the facts. Now, Bomac, yes, Bomac is trying to put a narrative out there. So when that do happen, if that date come, which it is coming in 6 days, 5 days, it is coming, so he want to be prepared to put that out there. Now, hold Terrence Crawford. Now, this is one thing about it. Don't hold Terrence Crawford accountable for what his team does. All right, because majority of the time it's his team that's always talking that nonsense. What's his name? The one like Chuck E. Cheese.
Bernie. Yeah,
right.
Bernie. Yeah,
he's the one that called Al Haymon fairy and this and that. Right. So don't hold Terrence Crawford too much accountable. All right. Yes, he does like a brag. Yes, he does like to contradict himself. All right. But still in all, he don't sell. And this is the downfall on Terrence Crawford. If he would have put himself out there, would he got to know the people side in Omaha, then maybe he would have a better fan base and do better on pay-per-view. So, but anyway, still in all, Bomac is pretty much trying to set that narrative and trying to piggyback off of Tim Bradley. That's what I see.
Yeah, like so for me, when you say made by the media, that means you basically calling somebody a hype job. But talk your shit. Again, I love the fact that Bomac is talking shit like that because the respectful shit and showing Derrick James and Earl so much respect and shit. I ain't like that shit. I prefer this, but I will say, if you want to talk about made by the media between these two, if that's anybody, that's Terrence Crawford. Number one, Terrence Crawford had the media behind him when Earl Spence didn't. The PBC ain't got no media outlet. The PBC ain't got no publications and shit. Top Rank has ESPN behind him, bro, writing articles, pushing shit, and all of that shit for Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, all I know is Terrence Bud Crawford was named pound for pound and shit, and he been holding on to pound for pound. And when you look at who he actually beat to get that pound for pound recognition, I mean, it ain't really it's a bunch of nobodies. Like, and it's the ESPN pound for pound list, bro. Like he beat Ricky Burns for his title at 135 pounds. If you guys go research Ricky Burns, you'll find out that when he fought Terrence Crawford, he was coming off of a draw against Raymundo Beltran, and then after losing to Terrence Crawford, he lost his very next fight, got a win, and then lost his very next fight after that. So Terrence Crawford caught Ricky Burns in the middle of having one win in 5 fights, bro. He was trash at the time. Then you look at him becoming undisputed. You want to talk about being built by the media? He became undisputed against Julius Ndongo, who since fighting Terrence Crawford has been knocked out in 7 of his last 9 fights, bro. And then you look at their runs at 147 pounds. Terrence Crawford became champion at 147 pounds by beating Jeff Horn in Las Vegas, in his home country. Errol Spence became champion at 147 pounds by beating Kell Brook in Sheffield, England, Kell Brook's home country. Terrence Crawford since then fought Amir Khan on pay-per-view to try to build his name. He fought Amir Khan on pay-per-view, and Amir Khan was fucking getting knocked out by British Prescott. He got knocked out by fucking Danny Garcia, and he got knocked out by Canelo Alvarez before fighting Terrence Crawford. While he was doing that, Errol Spence was fighting Mikey Garcia, who was an undefeated 4-division champion on the pound-for-pound list. Then you got Terrence Crawford fighting Jose Benavidez on one leg for a voluntary defense. Errol Spence was fighting fucking Danny Garcia, a 2-division unified champion, for a mandatory defense. And then Terrence Crawford was defending his belt against Mean Machine, voluntary defenses against Sean Porter after Errol Spence beat him, voluntary defense against Kell Brook after Errol Spence beat him. And Errol Spence was fighting fucking Sean Porter, taking a belt from him while he was a champion, fighting fucking Yordenis Ugas, taking a belt from him while he was a champion. Like, so if you just break it down, bro, and you look at who's been built up by the media, Errol Spence got his shit out the mud, bro. He made his name fighting other champions and fighting tough-ass former champions who were trying to take his shit from him, coming off of car injuries and eye injuries and shit like that. Meanwhile, Terrence Crawford was fighting dudes that had already been knocked out, that were having draws and losing the prospect. It's just, it's not even close, bro. It's not even close. So that's what I think about that shit, bro. I'm glad he talking shit, but I don't like that the shit is so unrealistic, and I can't wait. We only 6 days away, bro.
Yes,
we
sir.
6 days away, and we about to see it. And I know you got to catch that super chat. After you catch that super chat, I got one more question for you.
Okay, yes, sir. We got Young World. World got something. What's going on? Here, OG, you got that look in your eye. Wake it up.
we about to get him some rest, Young World. I'm gonna ask him this question, and we gonna get him some rest. We gonna get him some rest after I ask him this question. Hey, so now that we know that Devin Haney is in all likelihood off the table, he's gonna go up to try to become a 2-division champion to fight Regis Prograis. We need to know what Tank's next move should be. We need to know what who he fighting next, what his next move should be. Who do you want to see Tank Davis fight now that Devin Haney is in all likelihood gonna be going to 140 pounds to fight Regis Prograis?
Wow, you know what? That's a damn good question, because we're looking at 135. That's all we're looking at. Now, of course, Drink Water said Mikey Garcia. All right. But right now, you know, Frank Martin, I don't think he's ready right now. I think he need one more, maybe another good fight on his belt, and I think he'll be ready. But now that's a good question. So I'm looking at Shakur Stevenson. I think that's a good fight right there. I think that's a good name. I think he brings a great accolades with him. And Tank also, he brings a damn good fan base. So I think that's the logical choice. I think Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, that would make a good fight at 135. That's what I believe. Now, the point is this now. Can they work together with Top Rank? That's the thing. Because you got ESPN involved in that also. Now, of course, we know that they worked with DAZN before when he had Ryan Garcia. So can they do the same way with Bob Arum? Now, that's what I would like to see. Now, I don't know anyone else down there at 135 that Tank can fight and look impressive against. See, Tank gonna have to start stepping up, okay? And he'll need to step up right now. He has all the tools in his toolbox. He knows how to box. He knows how to box on the front foot, the back foot. He knows how to fight on the outside, mid range, and he knows how to fight all that. So now I would like to see him fight better competition. And what better way to do and start with Shakur Stevenson? Shakur Stevenson, height doesn't matter. Keep that in mind. It don't matter. Let's not do the height thing, all right? Because it doesn't matter. If you can box, you can box. And I think Tank can box. I think Shakur can box. They both are southpaws. So I think that's a great fight. Now, that's the only fight I can see. Now, Frank Martin, yes, and he's a southpaw too, but still in all, Frank Martin, he great, he fast, but I think he maybe need one more fight. So, but that's what I would like to see him and Shakur. It makes sense. It can put asses in the seats, So that's what I would like to see fight, So
Man, I'm with you. Go ahead and catch the super chat, then
that's
I'll
it. All right. My man, Hot Grease up in here, baby. What's going on? He said, "Drop Spence in the hot grease, also known as fish fry." Don't move the goalpost. July 30th. All right. Hey, be in knockout boxing, my man, Hot Grease. Yes, sir. Good brother.
Yeah.
Hot Grease. Yeah.
We'll be there July 30th at 9
Yes,
a.m.
sir.
Super time. I know who that is. I know
Oh
who
yeah.
that is.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
who that is. That's Gumbo. I know exactly who that is.
Right. Yeah, Gumbo. Yeah, he used to, man, good brother, man. He used to be with us a long time ago, but good man. We've always been good friends. So
Yeah. So the thing with Tank Davis, right? It's funny. It's funny because if you give me my list, it's Shakur, Loma, Frank Martin. Those are the three that I want him to fight, right? But if you listen to Shakur is talking about wanting to fight Loma if he can't get Danny. He's wanting to do these other things. And I just find it funny, bro. And one thing that I keep asking that people don't have an answer for me, like Tank Davis' last opponent got $30 million. And I know what I want Tank to do. I want him to go after Shakur, Loma, and Frank Moore. I know what I want him to do, but in boxing, bro, isn't it if you get somebody $30 million, usually what happens is everybody's calling your name. Everybody wants to fight you. But I'm listening to everybody around Tank Davis's weight class talk about other people. Everyone's talking about everybody but Tank right now, bro. Like, and I'm trying to figure out if he can't do nothing but punch, and all he can do is knock you out. How come ain't nobody, bro? Nobody right now as we speak. If you put a damn mic in Shakur face, he talking about Loma, he talking about Devin, he talking about all these other guys. If you put a camera in anybody's face, the only one I hear calling out Tank is Esoc Pitbull Cruz, and that's a fucking fight that I'm not interested in again, bro.
me neither.
So while I want Tank Davis to send contracts to guys and fight Shakur, fight Loma, I wish he could have got the Devin fight. While I want all these things to be true, what's also true is it's a lot of dudes acting very, very funny right now that had Tank Davis' name all in their mouth, all the way up until he got Ryan Garcia, the highest payday that anybody's got an opponent this year. And I hear you, ATX, and shout out to the homie ATX Slab Life. Tank don't have to call for nobody, bro. When people should be calling for him.
That's what I said last night.
And that's where we change, like we moving shit around for Tank. Like Floyd didn't have to call for nobody, bro. Floyd didn't have to call for nobody when he was a clear A side. Canelo ain't got to call for nobody. These dudes, like Tank is the only one that's clearly the A side. He's the only one that's clearly the cash cow, but fans want him to be calling for other fighters and shit. I don't understand that because it's new. That's some new shit that we coming into. Now he got to call for people all of a sudden. Bro, if you getting people $30 million paydays in boxing, everybody should be calling for you, bro. And instead of telling me why ain't nobody calling for him, and I ain't saying it's just you, ATX, because you the homie. Instead of telling me why people ain't calling for him, people tell me he should do the calling. He should do the calling. Yeah, Tank choose, right. but make him choose you. If he doing the choosing and you ain't saying his name and you ain't saying you want to fight, why should he even look in your direction? If I can choose anybody that I want to choose, I'm gonna choose somebody that's calling my name, that's acting like they want to fight. I'm not just. How do I know that I should send you something if you talking about fighting somebody else, bro? Like I just don't. So for me, my list is Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, and fucking Frank Martin. Those are the three. But what I also like, because I'm not a one-sided ass person, what I would also like is for those three and everybody else to act how every other person has acted in boxing when there's a clear cash cow. And that is Kambosos should have been calling for Tank last night. Shakur Stevenson should have been calling for Tank last night. All these dudes from 135 to 140, $30 million that Ryan Garcia got is more than anything that anyone has got in their entire career. You can add up all of Shakur Stevenson's paydays together, and them bitches don't equal $30 million. You can add up all of Devin Haney's paydays together, and them bitches don't equal $30 million. And you could go down the line for every fighter from 130 to 140. And the only people out here calling for a Tank fight next is Isak Pitbull Cruz and featherweight fucking Gary Russell Jr., bro. I don't hear nobody else saying their name, bro. Nobody else. And y'all would just allow your favorite fighter to get away with that shit. And it's confusing to me because you praise your favorite fighter for saying his name when they fucking got deals and shit. When your fighter's in the middle of a rematch clause, you praise him for saying Tank name. When you know your fighter's fighting Loma or you know your favorite fighter's fighting Devin, you praised him for saying Tank Davis name. But now that everyone's free, you're okay with him not saying his name. I can't have it both ways, bro. I can't. I don't understand why you aren't on your hey. Why isn't anyone who likes Loma on his helmet about hey, bro? You was calling for Tank when he wasn't getting niggas $30 million paydays. So call for him now. Why don't I hear anybody on Shakur's helmet? You were saying Tank was the fucking Super Bowl of all fights. He was your Super Bowl. You and Tank, that's the Super Bowl. That's the biggest fight ever. How come Shakur was doing that shit before he knew he got Ryan Garcia $30 million, but he's not doing that shit now? Devin Haney was calling Tank's name before the fucking Ryan fight, before he knew that Tank was getting niggas this big a payday. But now, after everybody knows that he just got Ryan his payday, I don't hear him saying shit about Tank Davis. Y'all skip over everything I just told you. You know that it's 100% facts. You know that. And you just, you gloss over it. Jay Grant, are you calling me a liar? Like y'all say shit, bro, and you know I'm not lying, and you want me to go back and prove. Y'all know that man was doing that, Jay Grant. And thank Father, you know the shit I told you is true too, but y'all skip over everything. Y'all skip over everything just to ride for Devin, bro. That shit is crazy to me. But it's all love to y'all, bro. But y'all know that's some funny ass shit. Cause you know damn well if I offered you right now $1,000 to debate me, you knew I could get you $1,000 for debating you instead of you having to debate for free, your ass would be hitting me up. Your ass be hitting me up. All y'all in here, I don't even know how many people is in here, OG. But however many people in here, if you knew that you could, it was a job that could pay you $250,000, bro. If you knew a job was out there to pay you $250,000. You wouldn't make them call you. You'd email their ass. You'd show up to their front door. You'd call them. You try to do everything you can to apply for that job. Every one of these people that I just named, they know that Tank Davis is their highest fucking payday. And ain't none of them calling to fight that man. All right. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, bro. Whatever. Y'all got it, bro. Do your thing.
Well, that's the question I had last week. Why Bill Haney, Devin Haney, why everybody went silent and Tank been out of jail now? A week? At that time, it was like a week, whatever. And I'm like, no one's talking. No one's saying his name, or he posed with the money and everything. Nobody didn't comment, or I'm talking about fighters at 135. Is it they don't want that smoke? Now we know when Floyd Mayweather was fighting. Y'all know what I always call Floyd Mayweather, Willy Wonka with the golden ticket. Everybody wanted to fight Floyd. Keith Thurman was on his helmet, but he didn't fight him. He didn't fight him. Because everybody wants to fight the golden goose. Everybody wants Canelo Alvarez. because he's the money man. They don't care if they win. All they want to do is get in that square circle with them because they know they're going to get a payday. But no, not the lightweight division, baby. Like I say, the lightweight division is so dramatic. They like Days of Our Lives. They like a soap opera or some shit, right? They don't want to fight Gervonta Davis. They know he can box. They know he got power. They know he can fight on the front and back foot. I mean, all those accolades and the guys that have the belts, the guys that have the even Devin Haney with all 4 belts, they don't want to take that chance. But if you stepped out on faith and you believe in your skills, then go ahead, take a shot. That's what I say. What's going on, Candy Slim 501? He said, what is KO talking about? Burns was on a 21-fight win streak when Bud smoked him. Whatever Idongo, Postal, and others did after Bud cooked him first. All right. Okay.
Would you like to have a friendly bet, Candy Slim? Would you like to have a friendly bet, Candy Slim? Let me see how many people in here. Someone 175 people. Somebody go to Ricky Burns' box rec and see who he fought right before Terrence Crawford. You will see that the person's name is Raymundo Beltran, and you will see that it was a draw. So you can't be on a 21-fight win streak coming off of a draw. Can anyone fact check that for my brother Candy Slim? Shout out Candy Slim. Thank you for supporting the OG. That's cool. No problem. How about someone check that out? We got 175 people in here. Someone go to Ricky Burns' box rec. Go to his box rec, and you will see that he was coming off of a draw against Raymundo Beltran. He lost to Terrence Crawford. Then he lost another fight. Then he got a win. Then he lost another fight. Does anyone like bro? I don't make shit up. He was not on a 21-fight win streak. No, I said that he had won 1 fight in his last 5 fights in the middle of that Terrence Crawford. So he got a draw, Candy. He lost to Bud. He lost to another dude with the last name Z. I can't think of his name right now. Then he beat somebody. Then he lost to Omar Figueroa. He was 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw in the middle of fighting Terrence Crawford. That's what I said, bro. But OG, that's really all I got to cover today, man. I'm ready for this fight week, bro. I can't wait to talk about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford all week. It's gonna be a fun ass week, bro. It's gonna be a fun ass week. So that's all I got though, unless you got something else you want to cover, man.
No, man, like I say, we're getting a lot of boxing, and it's gonna be a great day of boxing, man. It is, and I can't wait either, and man, and we live tomorrow, Tuesday morning at 5:30 a.m. Okay. Now I will be coming live at 5:15, so I'll give you about 15 minutes. But I appreciate everybody that's coming in today. I appreciate everybody that supported the channel today. And anybody see King Mentality, let him know that he did win the pay-per-view giveaway last night. So I'm waiting on him. I got his money. He's ready to send to him. All right.
Hey, if you don't call in, he gonna give it to me. Shit. Hey.
For real. So he got the Wednesday. All right. Yes, sir. So make sure to check out Knockout Boxing 86 TV.
Yes, sir. I'm live.
Yes, sir.
Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, baby. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, man. I will be live, so y'all tune in. I was gonna do a watch along for the Inouye fight, but OG gonna be calling. I didn't know if he was calling it or not, so that is canceled. I'm not doing the watch along, no watch party, because KQ is calling the Inouye and Fulton fight. So y'all be sure to meet me over there. We're gonna be over there with KQKC kicking it early in the morning, man. Y'all be sure to watch that fight and have a great week. We'll be dropping daily content every day this week. And I can't wait for the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence fight. There's gonna be a lot of crow getting ate. People gonna be eating a lot of crow. Y'all be sure to come check us out next Sunday morning at 9 a.m. We'll be live, man. That's all I got, bro.
And don't forget, KQ gonna be making his first bet This Saturday. I'm going to have to talk to KO how to do it or whatever. So I'm going to put some money down on Earl Spence.
No pressure. No pressure
Right.
on me.
Okay.
No
So,
pressure. I
right.
got to get it right. I can't lose
Okay.
you no money. God.
Man, I'm telling you, so you better, man. I'm telling you, man. You get this wrong, man. I'm gonna be so pissed at you, man. So, you know, he got an 80% prediction rate, right? So you better stick to it, man. I'm telling you right now. God put my faith in you. You better not get it wrong. That's all.
Connery, man. Just come by Sunday morning at 9 a.m. I don't make no excuses for no wins and losses, man. Stop that, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna give whoever win credit, bro. Come on.
Yeah, oh, of course. Oh,
We
yeah.
100 over here, bro. Stop.
All right, of course. That's what we do. All right, yes, sir. So let's support Cool Boy Steph, okay? We're going to enemy territory, baby. Come on, let's support him, all right? And with that, thank you all for coming in. And with that, I am out. And you know how I do it. I take it on home.
Y'all enjoy y'all day, man.